So we've seen paragraph styles. Let's now look at character styles. And it's important that we are aware of the relationship between the two. Character styles are the more local. Paragraph styles are the more global. We apply a paragraph style, as the name suggests, to the whole paragraph. And then, if necessary, we apply exceptions within that paragraph using a character style. So they are most frequently used for emphasis, for calling out book titles, film titles, etc. To make a character style, you can come and format your text locally. Choose italic, for example, then come to character styles, new character style. And here's what's important. In this particular case, and this is how I want most of my character styles to be, you'll see that, I need to call this italic one because I already have one called italic. You'll see that most of the options are left blank, and that's how we want it to be. We don't want to specify the font family. We want the font family to be relative to the paragraph style that the character style is applied in. I'll cancel out of here because I already have one, and you can see that character style has been applied right here. Now that means that if I come and edit the paragraph style and we change this to Adobe Garamond Pro, for example, then the italicizing is Adobe Garamond Pro Italic. It's not stuck as Kaluna Sans, which it was before. So very important that you keep your character styles relative to the paragraph style. Let's talk about overrides, which are also applicable with paragraph styles as well. They're not necessarily the worst thing in the world, but typically you want to avoid them. I'm going to press W, and when I do so, I'm in normal view mode now. I have my Style Override highlighter on. So that's going to show me where there are overrides. An override is anything that is not a part of the style definition. So in the case of the italicizing in this paragraph, it's been applied by coming up to the control panel and just changing the font style, rather than making a character style and then applying that. So if I were to select these words and then come and apply the italic character style, you can see that that's no longer considered an override. And while ultimately you may think, well, it looks the same, what's the big deal? It gives you more control if you are controlling the formats of your text through styles. So if I wanted to remove an override, let's say that we no longer want this to be italicized. To remove an override, I can come to the Paragraph Styles panel and then click on this icon at bottom center, or I can hold down the Option or Alt key and click on the style name. Now you'll notice that when I do that, this text remains in color and this text remains in italic. That's because these formats have been applied as character styles. They're not considered overrides. There may be times when you want to reset a paragraph completely. You want to clear any character formatting as well as any overrides, in which case Shift Option and click on the style name. On this page, I just want to point out that character styles can be embedded in paragraph styles. If the formatting is predictable, then you can use features such as nested styles, which we have right here, and grep styles, which we have here, to automatically apply these formats. Now I have movies coming up about nested styles and grep styles, but just very quickly let me point out this paragraph style called listing nested. If we look at drop caps and nested styles, we can see that this character style is applied up to 1, and then what turns it off is when it reaches the opening bracket, the left bracket. So long as the formatting follows that format, we're in good shape. The grep style is applying the same character style to certain patterns of text, patterns that I've identified. And the first pattern is any series of digits that are followed by a space and the text MIN period. And that's what we have right there. And then the next is any $sign that is followed by a series of digits. And that's how we end up with this formatting. And that means that once in place, we can apply multiple formats with a single click. I can just click into this paragraph and then one click applies those formats. We can even take it further and nest the character styles in the paragraph style, then nest the paragraph style in the object style. In this particular example, the object style is controlling the background color of the frame and its inset. And if we look on the object styles panel and I click on that object style, you can see that we get all of those formats, including the object formats. The key option here, the key attribute is to make sure that paragraph styles is checked so that you determine what paragraph style is applied to the content of the frame, and then you choose the style that you want right here.